Welcome back to the Glint Standard. Today we're going to be talking about influences in your life. So, we have Jamie with us. He's one of our account directors. Thought we'd change it up a little bit. Ryan, he's in trouble right now, so we figured we'd get somebody a little more polished in here for a change. But what we're talking about today is people who influence your life, right? Things that influence your life, right? It can be on work, it can be on personal, because at the end of the day, it helps move you forward. So knowing what your goals are to move forward helps you define what you want to put into your life, right?
Right.
I've seen some situations where it's been, hey, you're the new person at work. Don't work too hard because then we're all going to have to work hard, and we've worked really hard not to have to work hard, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So do you fall into that group, right? Which puts you right at the same level as everybody else, or do you try to go, you know what, that's fine. I'm here to work though, and I want to move forward, and I want to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you step out of that, which can be super uncomfortable at times,
Mm-hmm.
right? And move that forward. Or do you have, a different situation is you come in and everybody's just rocking and rolling really good at what they do, and you're going, wow, I got to step up my game. How do I do it?
Right.
Well, you can get mentors, right? You can get friends and family are great, but they're more positive support. Not realistic.
I would have to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
I have a lot of friends who I surround myself with that I consider to be super intelligent and super outgoing, people who I aspire to be, but that's just who I am and who I choose to surround myself with. I could name at least 4 people in my mind right now that I would go to for even work advice. I mean, they're not as experienced or they're not in my field, but they are still go-getters. They're still people who want to be as successful as I want to be. And I think that's why they are my friends.
Right.
Is because I choose those people mindfully that I want to spend my time with and who I want, because you are who you surround yourself with, right?
Yeah, they're either turkeys or eagles, right?
Yeah, like you either have a friend group who doesn't really care, or you have friends who want to succeed, and I surround myself with friends who want to succeed.
Yeah, and depending on what you want to do, if you want us to go hang out and have a good time, it might be a different friend group.
Right.
That same friend
Exactly.
group could be there.
Exactly.
But knowing what those goals and those things that help drive you forward, what that's about, it's really interesting to see how individuals find those specific things to help move them forward, right? So you know where you want to go long term, right?
Right.
So talk to me about that friend group. Talk to me about things you think you're maybe still missing that you're going to need. Maybe not today. Maybe it's in 6 months. Maybe it's in 5 years. What you think that might look like.
So starting where I would like to be?
Yeah, let's just go down that path.
I would like to be a business owner. I would like to be in your shoes. I'd like to take your desk one day.
See, which is exactly what you're looking for from employees. And that's what you got to pay attention to is you want to hire people that want your job.
Yeah.
Then you're doing the right thing. Don't worry about losing your job, because if they take your job, you're going to be in a much better place.
Right. So I want to be a business owner of a successful ad agency, media agency, whatever. Someone who is a boss.
Right.
That's like what my necklace says right now.
Be a boss.
Yeah, it says boss. It's my personal.
Awesome. I love it.
Thought process. Anyway, so I guess my friend group that I have right now, they're kind of in my same shoes, still working our way through the process, up the ladder a little bit, trying to prove ourselves. As we advance in our careers, we kind of talk to each other about where we are and what we want to do later on. And I think when we were in college, we discussed each of our goals, and it kind of aligned the same way. Like, we each want to be.
Well, did you kick at each other though? Because that goal's not realistic. I've got a buddy, and he's my best friend. Is the best way to say it. And he's had his own business. I have this one. and we call each other the dream killers, right? Because you have ideas about, hey, I think I'm going to go forward and do this type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of in my life. And you don't get your feelings hurt, right? Because here's why that's not a good idea. And you're fine, whatever, kill my dream. And then you have to really fight and convince and go, okay, that's making sense. I wasn't thinking about that way. For me, those are really healthy conversations versus a conversation like, yeah, let's go get it. Let's do it, right?
Right.
It's about trying to shoot holes in the plan because we want each other to be successful, right? But that's the goal with him. That's how that works, right? So are yours like that? Or?
I think no, because I think the people who I'm considering are my inspirational friends. We're all very realistic.
Okay.
Like I don't think I've ever had a friend that was like, yeah, I want to be an actress, and it's like, dude, like really? No, you're not gonna be that. Of course, I'm pretty honest. I'm a very honest, transparent person, so I would have no problem kicking my friend and being like, girl, that's not the right move for you. But the friends who I consider to be my go-getter friends, we are realistic in that way, and I think all of our goals are realistic at some point, because I'm not sitting here saying I want to own the biggest ad agency in the world.
But I'm feeling you'd be okay with that, though.
I would be okay with that, but that's not realistic, is it?
Right.
I've never said that.
Right.
So my friends would never be like, that's dumb. But I do want to be a business owner. That is realistic. I do want to be the boss, top dog, you know? So I think my friends I also have friends who don't have realistic goals. So
oh, for sure.
So that's a little different. I do have friends like that, and I would tell them like, hey, that's not right. But those aren't the friends that I consider. Those are the friends I drink with. those are the different group of friends. Those are the different group of friends. The people that I surround myself with that have those successful goals are the ones who are realistic about it, because we're kind of the same in that mindset.
Right. So as you step forward, right, and you say you're going towards this business owner mentality, right? You're going to have to get, I believe, advice. You're going to have to read books. You're going to have to do things to help frame your thoughts around what that looks like. And one of the best ways to do that is by listening to others, right?
Right.
So how do you see that changing going forward? Out of keeping the friend group you have, but you start to set up different piles of friends, I guess.
Absolutely. I think right now I don't really have someone. I mean, I do. I have you and Ryan.
Yeah.
People who I would consider very great mentors, people who I'd love to learn from. I mean, that's why I'm here.
Right.
But I do want to start branching out and looking for people outside of this agency, someone with an outside perspective who's not biased, someone that can mindfully tell me like, hey, you're kind of thinking about this the wrong way or whatnot, and I haven't found that yet. So,
or even getting validation on, you're thinking about that the right way, or you know, that's a little off, or maybe that's not the best advice you had. Here's how I would think about it, you know, and having people who truly have an interest in seeing you be successful, right? That's I think that's hugely beneficial for anybody.
I do too.
So that's how we look at that. I think everybody's a little bit different on what they're looking for, but as you move forward, it's important to take the influences of others. As I always say, I'll tell you anything in the world that you want to know. Take what's important to you and dump the rest. And from there, you'll be able to start pushing forward. But surround yourself by people that you respect, people that you feel like are successful, and maybe you want to go far and beyond past them, or at least be where they are and start. Because every 5 years, every 3 years, every 10 years, whatever that is, that pathway may change as well. But you'll start to see continual growth through that. So thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, drop us a line. We'll talk to you next time.